I mean, those of you who followed me, you've heard me talk about things regarding armored car robberies over and over and over and over again. I mean, there was a time where I sat there and literally saw these couriers out here just lacking. Like, do they even have enough protection for them to? Oh, man. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Obviously, you're talking about 10 defendants that were charged in various armored car and ATM robberies in Chicago's suburbs. Let's talk about it. All right, here we go. So, the use of video and other authorized material is authorized in accordance with Title 17 United States Code, Section 107, in fair use for teaching, criticism, things like that. Again, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, just giving a perspective from a firearms instructor, former cop, criminal justice professor, anger management specialist, all the above. Let's go on ahead and dive into it without further delay, straight from CBS 2 News. Here we go.
Two sets of brothers are among 10 defendants charged with conspiring to rob armored trucks and ATMs in the suburbs. Daryl Singleton and his two brothers, Corey and Elijah, along with Anthony Wilson and his brother, Avion, are among those facing robbery and firearm offenses. The group is believed to be behind 11 robberies and attempted robberies. One incident was.
Now, I do have to say this. Do you see how he's just, what does he have? He has his hands up and he's not trying to resist. That no resisting thing happens both ways, right? Look, just because you got a gun, if they got you, they got you. I'm just saying, let's continue.
In 2022, when a Brinks security courier was held up while refilling an ATM in Lansing. 9 of the 10 defendants pleaded not guilty, and they are in federal custody. Avion Wilson remains on the loose and is considered a fugitive. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $20,000 for information leading to his arrest and.
All right, so let's go on ahead and talk about it. First of all, the FBI is offering a $20,000 reward for the arrest or any information that leads to the arrest of the person that you see here that was involved in those robberies or allegedly involved in those robberies. Avion Wilson. So if you see something, say something, hey, that's on you, but neither here nor there. Do want to talk about it. If you are, now, those of y'all who know me, you know I teach security officers. You know I teach a variety of different topics within this space of unarmed and armed security. You know, I remember a story about an armored car driver, a female on 8300 block of South Holland in Chicago, where she was subsequently shot and, you know, taken from this life in a situation because she, you know, she wasn't the circumstances of the best situation. I would sit there and say I don't remember those circumstances all the way. But when I did the victimology of her to see how she was, how she lived, stuff like that, in my humble professional opinion, and I can afford to pull punches here, she just wasn't armored car material. I'm just going to be honest. She just wasn't armored car material. And neither here nor there. What, if anything, can you do if you're an armored car driver and you just happen to be watching this? What, if anything, can you do to protect yourself from something like this occurring? Now, I'm glad, sad that it was money that it was taken, but I'm glad that nobody was harmed, deadly force wise. They got you. They got you. That's it. They got you. They got you. And even though in the first time you saw this, shots were fired, there was an exchange of gunfire. I'm curious what happened in that situation. But in the situation where the person, you know, you saw the picture of the person being held, the officer or the armed courier being held at gunpoint, we hear nothing of him being shot. So what are your thoughts? That was my main thing of reacting to this is, for those of you all who are armed security officers, what, if anything, can you do to prevent stuff like this from occurring? What can the company do? How did those officers feel? Were those officers just happy to be able to escape with their lives? And, you know, what will they tell their children, grandchildren about these occurrences? It's a very dangerous job out there. And if you're going to do it, you should have some sort of protection. But sometimes the only protection that you really do have, is absolute compliance. It's absolute compliance. So I just want to go on here and talk about that for a little bit. I hope you're having a great day. Set off in the comments. What are your thoughts about this? This is Instructor Mike, and you've been trained.